Aromatic adventure.
This is a pair of candlesticks by Yankee Candle. Yes, they also made candlesticks. Scented candle sticks. And if you take a close look at this label, you can see that this has some age to it. And by process of elimination, I'm going to age this candle around 30 years, give or take. In big bold letters, Shamrock. 'Tis the luck of the Irish to be having their own candle for St. Patrick's Day. Also in big bold letters. So is it called Shamrock? Is it called St. Patrick's Day? Is it called Shamrock St. Patrick's Day? It's unclear. Furthermore, it says these Shamrock candles are handcrafted by Yankee Candle Company, South Deerfield, Massachusetts. So we know that it's older than 1983 because that's when South Deerfield was established. But if you look at the font of Yankee Candle, this was before the change of what we know as the classic Yankee Candle font. The Trajan, however you pronounce that font. This predates that. Now, how do I know this is around 30 years old and not 35 years old or 25 years old? So if you look right here, I have two Yankee Candle pillars. Yes, not only did they make candlesticks, Yankee Candle made a lot of pillars. This one, Cape Flowers, is a little bit older than this one right here, which is Fresh Lilac. And I'll tell you why. If you look in really close here, this photograph of Cape Flowers hand-colored. Meaning, there was somebody printing these labels and with a color pencil actually coloring the labels one by one by one. Whereas this candle right here was fully printed in color, so we know that this one's a little bit older. So how do I know that these candlesticks are from the later portion of the 80s? Is because this Shamrock right here, it's not hand colored. It is printed in full color, very much like this Fresh Lilac candle, somewhere around 30 years old. Now, this is in perfect condition, pristine if you ask me. There's no holes, there's no dings, there's no bends. And it hurts me to do this, and it might hurt you for you to see me do this, but I am going to sacrifice this relic, this something that belongs in a Yankee Candle archive for this video. Because this is a scented pair of candlesticks, what I'm going to do is cut this open with this pocket knife right here, and I'm going to cut off a piece of one of these candlesticks. From there, I'm going to take that candlestick and I'm going to pop it inside of this mason jar right here. Put the lid on and then put this mason jar in a pot of not quite boiling water, but pretty hot water until all of that wax finally melts. So let's tip this over. And are we ready? Are we ready to do this? Let's make an incision right here. Oh, yep, that is now officially opened, and amazingly very aromatic. Usually I use 5 ounces, or excuse me, 5 grams of wax for the Aroma Prison, but I'm going to use a little bit more for this guy because, as you can see, the center is, I'm guessing, not scented at all. That's just going to be pure white paraffin wax, and just the outer rim is going to have the green scented part. So let's take our mason jar, we're going to pop off the top, we're going to take that candlestick, we're going to drop it right in there, and really close that nice and tight, locking and trapping the candle inside. And the only thing left to do is to put this in some hot water, melt it down, and then we're ready for some sensory evaluation. We're going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. And as we can see, we have a completely melted candlestick. It's hot. Right. First, right off the bat, white musk or floral musk, because there's a little bit of this powdery talcum thing going on. Also a little bit of Johnson & Johnson's baby powder. But immediately something that I smell is citrus, which I was not expecting. Bergamot. Yeah, really tart, bright bergamot. I mean, it's so zesty. I totally was not expecting that at all. Like, you just microplaned an underripe lime, but that talcum powder, that baby powder, is making me, it's bringing me to the barber shop. It's putting me into that state of mind. There is a certain amount of masculinity to this fragrance, which, again, you know, that's subjective, but I'm saying that because it does remind me of certain components of men's cologne. Some of those components being vetiver, again, that really earthy component that is synonymous with so many classic men's colognes. Geranium or rose, and patchouli. Yeah, not witch's brew. It's not witch's brew, but we are getting some of that earthy, herbaceous, even woodsy patchouli and amber. A little bit of that, again, clean bar soap, very warm, thick, heavy scent, comforting scent of amber. And although I said white musk, there is another musky side to this, which I think is really kind of capping off why, for me, this is a masculine approach. And that's going to be a leathery musk, like pure, brand new, rawhide shoelaces. Right out of the package, you smell that rawhide. And because of its age, and because nothing is really triggering my mind to go in either direction, as far as wood base, I believe there's a wood base here, but again, it's really not distinguishable for me, but I would be happy and completely satisfied to classify this as a sandalwood base note in here. But the big question is, do I smell aged? Does this smell old? Does this smell like this candle's been sitting in a basement somewhere? No, not at all. This candle smells brand new. I think just for the label alone, it's worth the price of admission. So that is going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for joining me as I sat down and shared my opinions and my sensory evaluation of something that I'm very passionate about, Yankee candles. I hope everyone has a fantastic holiday, but be safe. Be safe. Don't do anything silly. If you enjoyed this video, a thumbs up is always super appreciated. And make sure you leave a comment down below. This way we can strengthen our communication. Get to know one another. Thanks again for joining me. I will be seeing you guys soon. But until then, be good, will ya?